Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Anton, and welcome to today's video for Honkai Star Rail. Today's video is going to be a relatively short one, and if you are what you would consider a veteran by now in Honkai Star Rail, this video is probably not for you, but maybe you can learn something from it anyway. Today we're going to be talking about the Starlight Exchange. We're going to be talking about both that and the Undying Starlight as well. The reason I'm making this video is because I've had a lot of people over on my stream ask me like, hey streamer, these are newer players. They're like, hey, what should I be doing with all of this Starlight? Should I be, saving up? Should I be trying to save up for a 5-star light cone? Should I just use it all on passes and stuff and just get pulls? If I were to do that, do I get limited pulls, regular pulls? Or should I pull a 4-star, pull one of the, or grab one of the featured 4-stars like Hook or Pella here? And honestly, too long didn't watch, just a summary of the video. There is no right answer. The answer is, it depends. What does it depend on? Well, it depends on you, your account, how your account is built, and what you're trying to do with your account. Now, I'll go more in depth with this as well, like the various types of scenarios that you might be in and what you personally probably should be pulling for or saving up for or grabbing, buying in the shop. But again, it depends. Now, we'll go through one by one. We'll have these categorized in 3 separate categories: pulls, 4-star characters, and 5-star light cones. So let's start with what I feel like is the most bought: the pulls, both the special pass and the regular pass. Now, here's the thing. So one pull is 20 Starlight. That is a very important thing to keep in mind because that is how we're going to evaluate the other items in the shop and how we are going to try and min-max this, I guess, and try and do some basic math. So, of course, the way to get Starlight as well, you just pull on banners and you get Starlight depending on the characters. You get 4 stars and 5 stars, giving you some Starlight. I believe you don't get actually any Starlight the first time you pull a character, but you get Starlight every time after that. Differing amounts depending on what kind of character it is, whether it's a 4-star or 5-star, and how many eidolons you have. For example, if you have all the eidolons, basically it's your 8th time pulling on a character, a 4-star character, I believe you get 20 Starlight. For a 5-star, I believe you get like 40 Starlight for every 5-star you pull after every 5-star copy you pull. And then I think 100 after you have all the eidolons for a 5-star and you still pull that 5-star. Somewhere around that. I might be incorrect with my numbers, but I'm pretty sure it's around that. So that's how you get the Starlight. So one pull for 20 Starlight. I don't pull that much personally, but if I were to use all the Starlight I had right now, I could get 31 pulls, which is pretty good. And honestly, these, in my opinion, are these 2 things here, specifically the limited pass, the limited pull, special pass, whatever you want to call it, is what you probably want to buy the most. Try and hit that pity for that character you like, Imbibitors, Kafkas, I don't know, Fu Xuan, whatever. And the reason why I say both of these passes is because I can see you buying the regular pass, the non-limited pass, in a very specific scenario. And that scenario is, well, one, you're just close to pity and you want to hit pity, but also you are close to that 300th roll. So, that 300th roll, when you do your 300th roll on the regular banner, you get that free 5-star of your choice. So, that can be a huge jump in power. So you could use this to try and like just get to that 300th pull right away and pick up, that Bronya or whatever character you feel like will give you a huge jump in just power in your overall account, which is Bronya a lot of the time, in all honesty, maybe Japard. Now let's go to the other 2 categories. This is where we're gonna have to start to dissect stuff a little bit more. So with every month, this whole shop resets. And there are always going to be 2 4-star characters. And you might say, like, why would I ever want to roll for 4-star characters? I'm going to get them just from pulling normally, right, streamer? Well, yes, but unless they have a pull rate increase from a banner or something, getting us very specific 4-star is very unlikely. For example, let's use the current banner. It's Kafka, and her 4 stars are Serval, Luca, and Sampo. I am going to be building up a Xing Shui in the future, and I would like to actually have E6 Xing Shui soon. I don't have her. I only have E5 Xing Shui, and it's going to be tough for me to get that 6th Xing Shui, barring any kind of like banner rate, pull rate increases in the future. So what I'm getting at is, if we go back to the regular passes and look at how 1 pull is worth 20 and 1 4-star here is actually 140, that means you are giving up 7 pulls to get a 4-star of your choice. And you might say, well, what if I have 4 stars? What if I have literally every 4-star? Eidolons. Eidolons can be really, really strong. Obviously, you should look at the Eidolon and be like, is this Eidolon worth it? Would I trade 7 pulls basically for, you know, this Pella Eidolon or this Hook Eidolon or whatever? But yeah, some Eidolons are really, really powerful and really increase the power level of your characters for your 4-star characters. A good example, in my opinion, would be Su Shang. Su Shang at E0, solid damage dealer. Su Shang at E1, much, much better, purely because she's less skill point hungry. Sampo, for a recent character. Sampo loves Eidolons. E4 Sampo, pretty solid. E2 Sampo, pretty solid, you know. And that's where I think you should be considering this. For example, like, I don't know, maybe you want Natasha Eidolons, and Natasha's in the shop eventually. So always think about that whenever this restarts, re-rolls, resets, whatever you want to call it. Consider the 4-star Eidolons and whether you think it is worth it or not. Because in my opinion, basically giving up a 7 pull is definitely worth pulling a 4-star of your choice. Again, it's like, do you want them though? And like, for example, I don't really care about a Hook Eidolon, so I'm not going to pull Hook, and I don't need any Pella Eidolon, so I'm not pulling Pella personally. And now for the final one, and the part of the video I think is going to be the longest part, or the most talked about part for, most discussed part for me. The light cones. Are light cones worth it? Well, let's go back to our calculations. So 1 5-star light cone is worth 600 Starlight. That is 30 pulls. That's a lot of pulls. Like, if we're looking at banners, that's 30 pulls towards pity, 30 pulls trying to get a 5-star that you like, whether, again, you know, Kafka, Imbibidor, Fu, etc., for all these upcoming characters. Personally, I do think they are worth it. Now, I am in a weird spot, though, with 5-star light cones because I got really lucky on the regular banner, and on the regular banner, I actually pulled some really good 5-star light cones. I pulled Japard's light cone, this preservation light cone, and I also recently pulled Clara's light cone, the destruction light cone. These are both 2 of the strongest 5-star light cones you can get from the shop. That's not to say the other ones are bad. The other ones are all really good. Like Himiko light cone's fine, Welt's is fine, Bailu's is solid, but Bronya's is really strong. Bronya's light cone is cracked. It's so good with her. I would say if you got a Bronya immediately, buy this light cone. And it's actually why I try to save 600 Starlight. I try not to go below 600 Starlight in case I just, you know, randomly get a Bronya and I just, or some other character that would use one of these light cones. And I can just be like, okay, well, I don't have a good 4-star light cone for them. Let's just buy the, you know, the Welt light cone or something for a Nihility character or whatever. Like, I think the Welt light cone is pretty good for a lot of Nihility characters. And yeah, like, that's basically it. Really, it's going to come down to you. Do you think giving up 30 pulls, minimum 3 4-stars, and 30 pulls towards hitting pity, is that worth it to you for a power increase on one of your characters. Obviously, I feel like you should look at some damage charts and run some simulations to see just how much of a difference the 5-star light cone will make compared to your current light cones. You know, some of these light cones can give as much as like 15-20% damage increases. Some of them are just really, really good too. Really let your certain characters really just let them shine. Japard light cone, in my opinion, is an example of that. This light cone is crazy good. Your team pretty much is never gonna die if you put this on a Japard or even a Fire MC. So this is a good example of a huge jump in power for your account. But yeah, like I said, for me personally, I'll give you a good example of just trying to analyze for your personal account. Me personally, I have Clara's light cone. I have Japard's light cone. I don't have a Bronya. If I were to get a Bronya somehow, I would pull her light cone. But for now, I'm chilling. I don't have a Bronya, so there's no need for Bronya light cone. I don't really care for the Pella Eidolon or Hook or anything, so I'm not going to buy them. And at the moment, I already have my Kafka, so I don't really need more pulls for current banners. So I'm just going to sit on this Starlight I have and hoard it until either I need the passes, a 4-star comes out, or I get a 5-star that really likes one of these light cones. Another quick note, the shop does reset, including the light cone. So if I bought, again, Japard's light cone, it would refill itself in the next month. So it is actually kind of a slow but reliable way to eventually S5 a light cone and, you know, S5 Clara light cone, S5 Japard light cone, S5 Bronya light cone. Those are pretty solid. But yeah, that is going to be it for today. Again, shorter video than most of my other videos, but I just wanted to make this small, short video because I do feel like it is something that should be talked about and discussed, because there are a lot of players who are newer to Honkai or even just like have been playing it for a bit, but are just a little confused with some stuff. And I felt like I just wanted to make this video explaining my personal opinion on the Starlight Exchange shop. So yeah, I would love to hear your opinion though. What do you think about the Starlight Exchange spot? What do you do? I know some people actually just are like, whenever I get Starlight, Undying Starlight, I just buy rolls and I roll right away. You know, they get currency, they spend currency. Honestly, I feel like that is a bad plan, but you know, if it makes your brain happy and the brain chemicals make you happy, make you happy. Yeah, make you happy. That is definitely English. But yeah, like I was saying though, I'd love to hear your opinion, your strategies on how you spend your Undying Starlight. Do you just buy pulls? Do you wait for 4 stars to get an eidolon? Do you save for 5-star light cones? What do you do? And if you guys just enjoyed the video in general, I'd love it if you could leave a like or a comment down below. It always helps me out and it always helps out the channel. And if you guys want to keep up with the Honkai Star Rail content, I try to have lots of variety of Honkai content, guides like this, reaction stuff, tier lists, etc., etc. You can always go and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I try to put out multiple videos every single week. And if you want to watch me play some Honkai Star Rail, you can go and check me out over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Zeniton, where I stream pretty much every single day. Anyway, though, with that all said and done, thank you all once more for watching this video. And until I see you guys in the next one, bye.